name's Michelle. I'm a fitness instructor. I teach lots of different types of fitness, one of which is Pilates, body pump, body attack, body conditioning, HIIT, spin, lots of different styles. Anyway, today I am going to teach a Pilates class. I'm going to keep it quite basic today. Everything I do I will layer, so I will start off with a basic level and then I will invite you to progress to more advanced options. Now remember, everything is an invitation, so if you don't feel comfortable or you feel too challenged, then drop back to the previous level. Pilates shouldn't be painful, so if at any point you have any pain, stop, just roll into a ball or sit back into child's pose and join in again if and when you can. Remember to make sure you are physically fit to undertake any physical training. If you're not sure, then get checked out by a doctor, although that's pretty difficult right now. Anyway, I'm going to start. So make sure you've got something comfortable to lay on and protect your spine. In Pilates we quite often use blocks. I don't have a block at home, so I've sourced a book. You can use a book if you want to. So you're going to lay down on your back, let the shoulders flop open so you're opening up the chest. Your heels are close to the bottom, so your heels and the knees are in line with your hips. Now to set up a correct Pilates pose, make sure you're using the core muscles. I want you to make your hands into a diamond shape. Place your fingertips on your pelvis and your thumbs on your belly button. Now you're going to take a big deep breath in. As you breathe in, you're going to arch the spine. And as you breathe out, you're going to push that lower back into the mat and lift your pelvis up. So you breathe in and arch. And breathe out as you push the lower back down. So imagine you're rolling a marble in between your fingers and your thumbs, and you're rolling it all the way from each tip. Now we're going to keep doing that, making the movement a little quicker and a little smaller, so it feels like your imaginary marble is going to sit right in the center of your diamond. Okay, so this is how we set up neutral spine. So take your hands away, you should just feel under your back. Some of you won't be able to get your hands directly under your back, some of you will be able to get your hands all the way through. Now pay attention to this, because this is the position I want you to always come back to. This is your set position. From here, place your fingertips on your hips, move an inch in towards the center of your body and push down. Now we're pushing on what's called the transverse here. This is how we protect our lower back, keeping the core nice and strong. So give you a big cough, you'll feel your transverse fire up. So keep pushing down, and I want you to imagine that you're putting on a pair of jeans that are a size too small for you. So pull your belly in, really, really tight so you can get that zip done up. Okay, the zip's done up, so you can now relax off. But remember, they're too small, so you can only relax off to around 30%. You're still going to feel a slight tightening. So that's neutral, that's the core activated. Now place your hands down by the side of your body. Now we're going to take a big deep breath in and lift an imaginary lift from your pubic bone towards your belly button. This is activating your pelvic floor. So take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you breathe out, pull your pelvic floor all the way up. Keep pulling all the way up to floor 10. And then as you breathe in, you're going to relax all the way down to floor 3. So we're going to keep your pelvic floor activated at 30%. So just think 30% core, 30% pelvic floor and neutral spine. Now a really good way to warm up the core is to do the 100. So for the 100 I'm going to give you 3 options. You can dip in and out of the options all the way through. So for level 1, your heels are going to stay down on the floor, your knees stay directly in line with your hips. You're going to give me a head lift, so keep your chin off your chest, but roll your head up so your eyes are towards the top of the knees. Now imagine you've got an egg in between your chin and chest. Don't crack it and don't drop it. So from here, you're going to lift your arms up. You're going to breathe in for 5 pumps and out. That's level 1. Level 2, you're going to lift your knees up. So keeping your core activated, you're going to breathe in. On the out breath, float your right knee above your hip, and again with your left. Now again, the knees must stay in line with the hips. We don't want to bring the knees over the ribs, and we don't want the knees to come too far forward so the back starts arching. Again, same thing, head lifts up, breathe in for 5 and out for 5. Your final level is to extend your legs so they are around 45 degrees. Lower you go, the more challenging you make it for the core. And we do the same thing. So pick the level that you feel you're going to be comfortable with. Make sure you're pushing that lower back down to protect it and keep the core nice and strong. So when you're ready, you're going to take a deep breath in. On the out breath, float your knees up if you're using your knees, and lift your head and shoulders up. Now, I'm going to breathe in, and on the out breath, we're going to start counting. Breathe in, out, 10 in, out, 20 in, out, 30 in, out, 40 in, out, 50 in, out, 60 in, out, 70 in, out, 80 in, out, 90 in, and out. 100. Hug your knees in. Just give your back a little massage, and we should be feeling nice and warm, ready for the class. So place your feet back down, knees in line with the hips. Open up the shoulders. So let the shoulders flop apart so the chest comes up. Sorry, the chest opens. Now we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose. On the out breath, lift your pelvis, push the lower back down, and slowly roll up the spine all the way to the top of the back. You're then going to breathe in as you come all the way back down. So we're just mobilizing the lower back. We're not putting any pressure or strength work into the glutes yet. We're just literally massaging the back, easing out any tightness. And you know what? I haven't taught Pilates for 6 weeks and my back has told me. So keep pushing. You're distracting me. So roll all the way up and down, gently massaging the spine. One more time. Always breathe out as you work and breathe in as you return. Lovely. That should be feeling nice and smooth now. Now we're going to bring the heels closer to the bottom. Now this is where you might want to use your book, or if you're lucky enough to have a block at home. Now the book or block is to keep your knees in alignment as we execute the exercise. So you're going to make sure that your heels are really close to the bottom. If you feel any pain in the lower back, just stop the strength work and go back to the roll up. So from here, this time, we're going to take a big deep breath in through the nose. On the out breath, you're going to push the heels down into the mat as you squeeze the glutes and lift the knees up. So the knees, hips and shoulders are in a nice straight line at the top. You breathe in, squeeze a little tighter, and as you breathe out, you lower your hips all the way back down. Okay, I've discovered that book's a little too heavy, so I'm going to go without the book today. So from here, breathe in. On the out breath, squeeze the glutes, so you're pushing up the hips. The glutes should be really tight. Breathe in, squeeze tighter, and as you breathe out, lower your body back down all the way to that neutral spine. Re-engage the core and repeat. Lovely, well done. Now if you want to go on to the next level, you're going to start adding an over arm lift. overarm extension. So breathe out as you lift, hold at the top. As you breathe in, squeeze. You're going to take the arms directly above your head, come back down and reset. Now, if you're taking the arms over the head at the top, when you're here, I want you to make sure you're not letting the rib cage pop up. So we don't want this to start happening. I want you to make sure you keep the core engaged and really squeeze tight. You're going to give me 2 more here, please. If at any point you start feeling any pressure in the lower back, bring your heels a little bit closer towards the bottom, or if you need to, hug the knees into the chest, have a little break and join in when you can. Lovely work. Okay, come back down, hug the knees in, and just give your back a little massage. Well done. Okay, so next exercise, we're going to come into tabletop. So relax the shoulders, reset, and take a deep breath in through the nose. On the out breath, float your right knee directly above the hip and repeat on the left. Now you're going to feel your core fire up quite a lot more. It's really important to make sure you keep the rib cage down, the chest open, and the abs engaged. Now we're going to breathe in and out. Next time you breathe in, you're going to tap your right toe down. So breathe in as you tap down. And breathe out as you come back to the center. Breathe in as you tap down and out as you come back. Now the trick is to make sure you're keeping your lower back in neutral and you're not letting that back arch. You really need to make sure your belly stays really tight. Now if you're feeling okay here, you're going to extend the leg, taking it away from the body. Length requires strength, so you're going to be working that core a little bit more. The lower you take your leg down, the more challenging you're going to make it. So if you want to work a little harder, go a little lower. Your next level is to add a head nod. So breathe in, on the out breath, lift your head up. Keep the shoulders down as you extend the leg away. Next option, you can do this without the head nod, is to take the opposite arm directly above the head. Again, making sure the rib cage stays down and you're keeping that core nice and strong. Last option, you can see where we're going with this, is to take both arms and legs away from the body at the same time. So breathe in as you take them away and out as you come back. Well done. Now because we're really focusing on the core, we're not imprinting here. I want you to just make sure you're pushing the lower back down towards the mat. You're going to give me 2 more, whatever level you're working at. Well done. Make sure you're breathing. Breathe in as you go away and out as you come back. Give me a nice big full body stretch. Okay, next exercise. Bring your knees back up so they're level with your hips and heels are close to the bottom. So from here, we're going to take that right leg in towards the chest so the knee stays in line with the shoulder. And now extend your right leg up. If you have a band or a towel, or if you've got long trousers on, you can use that to put round your foot, or you can just use your hands to ease that leg towards your chest. Now what I want you to do is extend that left leg away as you've got the right leg extended. Breathe in, and on the out breath, ease that leg slightly further back if you can. And release. And repeat on the other side. So left knee comes towards the shoulder. And then fully extend your leg. Again, using a band or a towel. And now breathe in. And on the out breath, ease that leg further back. So we're releasing the hamstrings here, ready for scissors. So place both feet back down, keep the chest open, neutral spine. Neutral spine with long legs is slightly different, so make sure you've got your core really, really tight and you haven't got your back arching. We don't want the back to arch with a long pose. So from here, take a deep breath in. On the out breath, float your right leg all the way up. Keep breathing out, and as you fully breathed out all of your air, breathe in, place your right foot back down. Breathe out, lift your left leg. Now your lower back is going to naturally curve. Just don't physically push it down. Let the natural curve occur. Well done. Now, as with the last exercise, if you want to increase the intensity, you're going to give me that head nod. So lift your head and shoulders up, reset the shoulders. Breathe in, on the out breath, lift your right leg up. Breathe in, come back down. Breathe out. So remember, you've got an imaginary egg in between your chin and chest. Don't drop it or crack it. Now, if you want to go on to the next level, you're going to start changing legs halfway through. So you breathe out as you pull the leg back. Breathe in, switch. Breathe out, pull back. Breathe in, switch. Well done. Make sure your core stays really, really tight. Keep the heel off the ground. Final level. And 3 little pulses. You're going to give me 2 more, please. Lovely. Okay, reset your posture. 1 more. Bring your knees back towards, your heels back towards your bottom with your knees in line with the hips. From here, we're going to do a roll up. So take a deep breath in through the nose. On the out breath, slide your hands towards your heels and then breathe in and come back down. So pull the belly button into the base of the spine as you breathe out, lifting up your head and shoulders. Eyes come to the tops of the knees. Chin stays off your chest. Now if you want to go to the next level, lift your hands off the floor, reach a little further. Well done. It's getting warm in here. Your next level is to bring your knees directly above your hips. Now this requires a lot more strength. If you want to carry on increasing, extend your legs up towards the ceiling. And your final level is to drop the heels closer to the floor. You're going to give me 2 more. And hug your knees in, well done. Okay, rolling over onto our tummies now. So we're going to come onto our fronts and do some posterior chain work before we finish and stretch. So from here, you're just going to pin the shoulders down, drop the head onto your hands, take a deep breath in through the nose, and then on the out breath, we're just going to lift your right and your left leg. So the heels are pointing towards the ceiling. Your chin is tucked in, shoulders are pinned back, and I want you to make sure your abs are engaged. It's tempting to push your tummy down. I want you to make sure your tummy stays activated. We're going to breathe in. On the out breath, you're going to lift that right leg up, breathe in and come back down. So you're just lifting the knee off the floor. We're using the glute and the hamstring to push the heel towards the ceiling. So imagine you're putting a footprint on the ceiling. Great work. 2 more. Now Okay, make sure you're not letting that back arch. You want to make sure that you've got the belly pulled in. Now, if you felt any discomfort in the lower back, a good tip is to grab a towel or a cushion or something and place it underneath your belly. This helps protect your back. Now, if you felt challenged in that last exercise, carry with the single leg option. Otherwise, you can come into double legs. So bringing the heels together. You're going to breathe in through the nose, and on the out breath, lift both knees off the floor at the same time. Well done, guys. Keep the shoulders pinned back. Keep the eyes down to the ground and keep the chin tucked in. Good work. Give me 2 more, please. Make sure you breathe as you lift. Fabulous. Come up onto your hands and knees. Sit the bottom back onto the heels into child's pose. Drop the head down. Okay, coming up onto your hands and knees. My hair out of the way. You're going to have your hands directly under the shoulders, shoulders pinned back. Now here, I want you to make sure that you've got your knees directly under the hips, and if you look in between your legs, you shouldn't see your feet here or out here. You want to have your feet directly in line with your knees. Now, to get this position correct, I want everybody to look up forward. And now I'm going to pin the shoulders back and tuck the chin in. So push your chin to the back of the throat. Now from here, we're going to check out neutral spine. So we're going to breathe in through the nose. On the out breath, draw the belly in, arch the back, round the shoulders, look towards your pelvis, and then as you breathe in, lift the head up, pin the shoulders back, tuck the chin in, lengthen the spine, push the tailbone away, and brace your core. Breathe in on the out breath, lift up through the spine, look towards your pelvis. Breathe in, come back, tuck your chin in, reset your shoulders, push away the tailbone and brace. 2 more, please. So it's a really lovely way to stretch the spine, get your head into alignment, and make sure you're activating the core. Well, that feels good. 1 more. Okay, holding this pose, lift the head up, push the chin back, make sure the shoulders are back. Strong here. To start off with, we're going to breathe in. On the out breath, you're going to lift your right leg up, hold at the top, squeezing the glute and the hamstring. Breathe in, come all the way back down, setting the knee back under the hip. Have a little check if you need to, but then make sure you're pushing your chin to the back of the throat. Try not to let the back move. So imagine you've got your favourite dinner on a plate on your back, and you don't want to spill it. Really squeeze the glute at the top. Pause for about 2 seconds. If you want to progress to the next level, as you take the right leg away, you're going to add the opposite arm. Now this puts a lot more strain on the back, so if you start feeling any pain, drop back to the single leg. And if you need to, sit back into child's pose, have a rest, and join in again when you can. Your next and final level is to come up, hold at the top, abduct the arm and leg away from your body, come back to the center, and then reset. Lovely work. 2 more of whatever option you're working at, please. Lovely. That's great, guys, well done. Sit yourself back onto your heels into child's pose. Okay, coming back onto the ground. we're going to go into some thoracic spine work, which is the middle of your back. So bring your elbows just under your shoulders and your hands out level with your head. You're going to tuck the chin in, still got that egg in between your chin and chest. Eyes down. We want your spine in neutral and really engage the core. Again, you can use that towel or cushion underneath your belly if necessary. To start off with, we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose. On the out breath, lift your head and shoulders up, keeping the belly engaged, and then breathe in as you come back down. Breathe out as you lift, in as you come down. Now you want to make sure you keep your shoulders pinned down. Try not to push the tummy out as you lift, and we're not lifting the head. Keep the chin tucked in. If you want to go on to the next level, you're just going to gently lift your arms off the floor at the same time. Now again, if you're feeling any pain in that back, bring your cushion or towel underneath your tummy. And you've got another layer. You're going to bring your hands closer towards your temples. Now you want to keep the elbows raised and pushing away from your head. Your final level is to hold at the top, reach forward and back, and come back down. Breathe out as you lift. And you want to keep the work in the back, guys. So make sure you've got your belly pulled in. Try and keep the glutes as quiet as you can. Keep the work out in the thoracic spine. And relax. Release the spine, sit back onto your heels. Lovely work. Okay. So from here, we're going to take both arms and legs away from the body, pin the shoulders down. To start with, we're going to take the left leg and right arm up, and then repeat on the other side. Now the teaching points for this is to make sure that you've got your hips in contact with the mat. So what I don't want to see is when you're lifting up, is that the hips start rolling. You want to keep both hips down towards the mat, so you're using the glute and the hamstring to lift the leg. Shoulders stay pinned down, and again you're still holding that egg in between your chin and chest. So when you're ready, take a deep breath in through the nose. On the out breath, lift your left leg and right arm. Breathe in and come back down. Switch sides. Lovely. So remember to breathe as you lift. Breathe out as you lift, in as you come down. Now, as with the last few exercises, or when we did the scissors, you can switch. So breathe out as you lift the left leg and right arm. Breathe in, switch, breathe out, lift. Breathe in, switch, breathe out, lift. Your final option is to flutter. So we're going to swim. Keep the belly pulled in nice and tight. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, click, click. Sit the bottom back onto the heels and drop the head down. Okay, well that was our 30-minute class today, so let's have a quick stretch. Bring your hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Take a deep breath in through the nose. On the out breath, push up through the spine. Look between your legs. Breathe in, drop down. Breathe out, push up. Breathe in, come down. And breathe out, push up. hands under the shoulders. Breathe in, and on the out breath, push up from the heel of your hands. And look up to the ceiling to increase the stretch. If you can't come up into the heel of the hands, that's fine. You can remain on your elbows. Whatever feels good for you. And release, come back up. Bring your right leg forward. You want your heel in front of your knee. And now just push the body weight forward. So you're getting a good stretch through the hip flexor. If you want more, reach. Make sure you're squeezing the glutes and pushing the hip through. And now release, sit back. Point the toes to the ceiling. Keep the knees soft but straight. You want your back nice and straight so we're not rounding. So push the chest towards your knee, not the chin. Should feel a nice stretch in the back of the hamstring. And release. Other side. So bring your left leg forward. Thought it was getting hot, the heating's on. So push your hip through. And again, if you want more, reach up. So you're aiming to get your hamstring onto your calf. And release, sit back. Point the toe up. Okay, nice flat back. Now I'm quite flexible with my hamstring, so don't worry if you can't get down as low, or even if you have to come up here and just tip forward. Just make sure your back stays straight, you're not rounding. Point the toe up, maybe you forgot that then. And release. Come to the front, face the front, tuck your toes under. You're going to gently pull yourself up so the hips come up first. I want you to just hang down. Let the weight of the head release your spine. Make sure your heels are under your hips, not too wide. And if you want a little bit more, hold your elbows. And when you're ready, take a deep breath in. On the out breath, you're going to draw the belly in. If you need to, walk your hands up your legs or just peel yourself up, stacking the spine one vertebrae at a time. And when you hit the top, we're going to take a big deep breath in and reach up tall. And as you breathe out, release the shoulders. One more. And as you breathe out, set the shoulders back and down, lift the head up, tuck the chin in, find neutral spine, engage your pelvic floor and core, hold that pose until I see you again. Give yourself a big clap, thank you.